Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel once more. Are you intimidated by oil painting at all? Are you one of those who are scared to try it out because there are maybe a lot of unknown words involved and things that you don't know where to look for information for? Well, you shouldn't be. Oil painting is not that hard, and I'll tell you why very soon. Before I get into that though, I would like to talk just a little bit about the painting you see me create in this time-lapse video. I've had this reference photo in my folders for a while now, and I kept going back and looking at it almost every single week or every time I wanted to start a new oil painting. This girl is absolutely beautiful, and she looks powerful and strong and confident, and she was all I wanted for a portrait like that. I had a hard time deciding what exactly I wanted to create out of it, but one morning I woke up, I looked at the reference photo, and I knew. I don't know why, I don't know how, but everything was in my mind and everything was in place, and I couldn't wait to start working on it. So the idea is that she's a wanderer, a seeker. She's seeking knowledge and maybe hidden treasures or hidden secrets of the universe. She's traveling nature and the whole world, meeting new people, meeting new creatures, finding new kinds of magic, and learning about herself and everything surrounding her. She has a powerful staff and a loyal companion who keep her safe on her journeys. She has basic knowledge of magic, and that's something that I like to add on almost all my characters, especially the ones who are influenced by video games or D&D, because I like to think that the world has some kind of magic, even if it isn't in the term we usually use the word. We definitely know that there is beauty everywhere and nice things can happen, and if you look around, the world is really a magical place. I hope she eventually finds what she's looking for, and I definitely hope she will enjoy the journey. I do hope you like her and maybe you see a part of yourself in her, and if you do, I think you will enjoy this time-lapse. All the materials I'm using in this painting and on pretty much every oil painting will be listed in the description below if you want to take a look at them. But now, let's move on to the discussion at hand, which is whether oil painting is hard or not. I think a lot of people are afraid of oils. I was too at the start. There is so much information out there, so many unknown words about mediums and mineral spirits and oil brands and the toxicity and different brushes and different surfaces. All of these can sound intimidating. In reality though, it is so much easier than it sounds. I would like to clarify that this is my opinion, and I will explain why I have this opinion shortly. And secondly, I would like to also say that obviously mastering a medium or mastering drawing and art in general is a hard task. It's not something that all of us can do. The old masters spent their whole lives studying art and oil painting and color theory, composition, and all of that stuff. I'm not talking about this stuff in this video. I'm talking about oil painting as a medium compared to other mediums. I will be talking about the reasons why I find oil painting easier than acrylics or pencils or pastels or graphite and stuff like that. And it doesn't mean that I don't find the other stuff fun or that you'd have to stop and try oil painting. I just wanted to speak about oil painting a little bit, exactly because it has the reputation of the hardest medium there is out there. So, the biggest advantage of oil painting is that it is a forgiving medium. As a rule of thumb, I think that forgiving mediums are a good way to start. It's essential that making a small mistake doesn't ruin your whole piece, and you can go back and fix things, and you don't have to give up on your whole drawing because you did something wrong. Doing a mistake in oil paint is just a minor setback. You can just go back and fix anything you've made and you want to look different. You can even cover up whole areas with opaque paint and make it look like nothing ever happened. If that doesn't make things easier, I don't know what does, to be honest. In addition to that, and for the same reason exactly, you can go from dark to light and from light to dark as you wish. You can put black paint down and then go over it with white, and the white will be white. There is no reason to leave the black affect the color that your white paint has. And that's amazing. Working in layers means that you can go back and fix everything. If the layer is still wet, you can even erase it with mineral spirits without even touching the layer before that. The paint, once dry, cannot be removed, which means that the wet paint on top can be removed without hurting the layer below. When you've made the wrong stroke, or you used the wrong color, or you got out of line by mistake and you want to completely erase something, and you don't have to worry about the layer below that. It gives you a freedom that you won't have with all of the other mediums. Some, yeah. All of them, no. That would be the most important reason why I think oil painting is not that hard. Acrylics have pretty much the same behavior, but they tend to dry too fast. Oils don't, which makes them less stressful and they put less pressure on you, if that makes any sense. You can take your time with mixing your paints, maybe take a step back, reevaluate your ideas, think if you like something or you don't like something. Even if you want, you can get up and make a cup of coffee and lunch and whatever you want, and when you go back to your easel, oil painting is going to be still wet, waiting for you to keep going from where you left it. If you ask me, especially as a beginner, that's a big deal. I've talked about how opaque paints can fix mistakes and cover up whole areas, but at the same time, there are paints that are transparent, and when you work in layers, you can go over a layer with a transparent paint and change the color a bit or darken an area without losing all the detail you may have put in the previous layer. That's another interesting way to change things up without destroying your whole piece or doing it all over again. And that would definitely be the third reason why I think oil painting is amazing and interesting and fun. Lastly, and for the sake of keeping this video relatively short, I will say that oil painting is ideal both for looser, bigger paintings, but also for detailed work. We tend to start with pencils. I think it feels more natural to our hands to keep a pencil instead of a paintbrush, and pencils tend to make bigger paintings slow and painful. Adding all the details, maybe on a landscape with a lot of leaves and flowers and such, can be a slow and tedious process. With oil painting and with painting in general, all of this is a lot easier and faster. With using different brushes, you can create different textures without going into every little tiny detail by hand. You can just use a big brush and make it look like leaves or a tree trunk, while with pencils you need to do every little bit of it, add every shadow and every crevice, and everything takes time. It's time consuming, and for some of us it can take the fun away out of painting, if that makes any sense. Finishing the background of a painting in no time is, for me at least, extremely fun and leaves the extra time I want for the detailed part, maybe for a portrait or for an animal, you know, the part where you want all the detail to go in. I'm sure not everyone shares my opinion and not all of us find the same things fun, but these are the main reasons why I personally think that you should stop fearing oil paint. You should give it a chance if you feel like it, and if you wanted to try it for so long and you found that there was something holding you back, I'm sure you will change your mind once you take that paintbrush in your hand and put your first brush stroke on your canvas. And with that, I will close today's painting time-lapse. If you liked it, please leave it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more like this, consider subscribing. I will be uploading weekly. Lastly, I would love to hear from you. Have you ever tried oil painting? Are you afraid of it? Could you relate to any of the things that I just said in this video? Leave it in the comments below. I would love to read your opinions and see what you think about it. I will read all your responses and make sure to answer each and every comment. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, be safe, be happy, and keep going for your dreams. Bye!